Our guest speaker today is John Amande Adame, Vietnam veteran, U.S. Army. Did I say a few words?
To my fellow veterans, thank you. To my fellow Vietnam veterans, welcome home. Audie Murphy, our most decorated soldier in World War II, did not consider himself a hero. He thought, as I do, that the real heroes were the ones who played the ultimate sacrifice. I see myself as a survivor, not a hero. I was 21 and living on Beverly Boulevard, not far from here, when I received my greetings on April 30th, 1967. I had basic training at Fort Ord and jungle training at Fort Polk. When I received my orders for Fort Polk, I knew I was headed for Vietnam. When I arrived in Vietnam, I was assigned to the 9th Infantry Division. When I arrived at Echo Company, I was told that I was being assigned to the 3rd Platoon, known as the Walking Coffins. I soon discovered why they were called the Walking Coffins. I have a picture of us taken in early January 1968. In that picture, there are 17 of us. Only one of the 17 did not receive a Purple Heart. Of the remaining 16, half became heroes. These dates are permanently encased in my mind. On November 23rd, 1967, Thanksgiving Day, I was blown off my feet by a command-detonated mine. I survived because a close friend gave me a religious medal before I left for Vietnam. She told me if I wore it, it would protect me. It did. It stopped a piece of shrapnel from entering my throat. January 30th, 1968 was the start of the deadly Tet Offensive. It lasted for weeks and many of my friends became heroes. February 7th, our company fought off an attack by the 504th BC Main Force Battalion. The next day, the battalion commander feared that our company commander used too much firepower. To protect his unit, relieved our company commander of his duties. February 26th, we fought off another Main Force Battalion, BC Battalion. I was left alone in my defensive position and fought alone, not because I was brave, but because I was scared. That night, I almost became a victim of friendly fire. On April 7th, I lost my squad to a BC ambush. I survived that ambush and feel guilty for having survived it. From July 28th to August 3rd, I spent a week of R&R in Bangkok, Thailand. I hired a 19-year-old Thai girl to act as my 24-hour-a-day guard. After that week, I needed to return to my unit to get some rest. October 13th, Charlie took one last shot at me by shooting a B-40 rocket at my resupply truck that I was driving 1 week before I left Vietnam. Sorry, Charlie, close but no cigar. When we were told we'd be sent to places like Din Long, Canto, Bentray, the Crossroads, Snoopy's Nose, we wondered if we would survive that operation. The helicopter I was riding on was shot down over VC Island. After surviving my year in Vietnam, I returned home. The first civilian whom I encountered upon my arrival asked how many babies I had killed. Little did he know that I spared the lives of some children I was ordered to kill. In 1969, after finishing my 2-year obligation at Fort Jackson, I gladly returned to civilian life. I became a letter carrier in Montebello. In January 1970, I met a wonderful woman who I married a little over a year later. I could not have survived without her. I was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder and did not know it for 30 years. My 2 wonderful daughters, one who's here today, got me through this period. I was finally diagnosed with PTSD and I began treatment. I joined the Veterans Legacy class at the La Mirada Community Center in 2003. This was the start of my real recovery. Writing my military story and going to my weekly sessions with the psychiatrist at the VA have helped me reach the point where I can stand before you and briefly relate my story of survival. I have joined veterans groups such as the Disabled American Veterans and the VFW, both 6315. I urge veterans and their families to record their stories. This is a part of your family history and part of American history. Please, veterans, do this not for you, do it for your children and your grandchildren. Also, if you know a veteran who needs help, encourage them to seek help at the VA. I'll leave you with a quote from a Vietnam movie. A soldier is a hero, a villain, and a victim. A soldier is all of these and all at the same time. Think about it. Thank you.